information now coming in. Viewers, US President Donald Trump has also withdrawn an invitation for Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney to join his newly created board of peace, escalating tension between the two leaders. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump said the board was formally rescinding its invitation for Canada to participate. Carney's government had already indicated it would not pay to join the self-styled body aimed at ending global conflicts. The move follows a sharp exchange at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Earlier this week, Carney warned of a rupture in the US-led rules-based global order, comments are widely seen as a rebuke of Trump's approach to global affairs. Trump responded by claiming Canada lives because of the United States, a remark Carney strongly rejected in a national address, saying Canada thrives because it is Canadian, while still acknowledging the close partnership between the two countries. Carney has since called on Canada to act as a democratic model amid what he described as a period of global democratic decline. Let's listen in to Carney's comments.
The United States have built a remarkable partnership in the economy, in security, and in rich cultural exchange. But Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
All right, I invite Matthew to join us back into the discussion here. Matthew, it's clear that a conflict is brewing between the two leaders. Carney has raised a point about democracy in decline and the US-led world order, led by a democratic, oldest democracy in the world, is in sharp decline. How would you want to respond to that?
Let's say democracy isn't in very good shape in Canada either. Carney himself, the Prime Minister Carney, has authoritarian tendencies like his predecessor, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Remember, this is a country that when people across the nation protested against government policies, I think it was against the COVID-19 lockdowns, truckers had a big protest in Ottawa, the capital of Canada, and the Canadian government responded harshly by debanking them, by taking away their ability to have bank accounts, and by suspending the driver's licenses of truckers. And, you know, it's not, you know, you don't have unlimited free speech in Canada. Certainly America has its problems, but I don't think that Canada pretending that it's this beacon of democracy to be emulated is something to be taken very seriously. You know, Canada is not a bad country, but it certainly has less freedom than the United States. They don't have a First Amendment, so you don't have a right to say what you want. You can be censored by the government. They don't have a Second Amendment, so you don't have the right to protect yourself with firearms, as you do in the United States. Canada doesn't, there's a lot of freedoms that Canadians don't have. Now, you know, this ongoing hostility between President Trump and Canada actually caused, I would say it's Trump's fault that the Liberal Party, led by Prime Minister Carney, roared back into power because President Trump started bad-mouthing Canada and saying he wanted to take over the country and, you know, invade and, you know, putting down Canada. And, you know, Canadians took that seriously, and it led to a resurgence of Canadian nationalism that, and the conservative Canadian party leader, Pierre Poilievre, who looked like he was going to form a strong majority government, got wiped out in the election, and Carney, the Liberal Party leader, Carney, prevailed. So, you know, Donald Trump has a chip on his shoulder with respect to Canada, and he likes to attack Canada, and you know, Canadians don't like it, but that doesn't mean that Canada is a beacon of democratic hope for the world. I wouldn't say it is.
All right. What do you think about the invitation that has been taken back? Does that really mean anything anyway? 35 countries had committed to joining the board, but only 19 were attending the ceremony yesterday, and 60 were extended an invitation altogether.
Yeah, I think that Trump suddenly taking back the invitation to Canada to join his vaunted Board of Peace is, I think it's just Trump having a temper tantrum, and he has a lot of them. He just decided, Carney, I guess, did something that pissed him off, and he decided to take back the invitation. Donald Trump is mercurial, and he responds. Often it responds impetuously and emotionally when to other people's behavior. So, the fact that Canada has been disinvited to the Board of Peace, I don't know that on its own that fact really means very much.
All right, Matthew, thanks very much then for joining me in this discussion. Now, moving ahead, viewers. We're now going to bring you news on the latest US TikTok deal. The deal